Hello, spooky family. It's October 22nd, and we have the first fall of snow, which is so happy and giddy. I wanted to let everybody know, you will notice that my Facebook page now is back to Mercy Desdemona, which is the model name I used before Spooky Kits. I reverted back to that due to professional reasons, and I just feel like it captures my photo shoots and my dark arts a lot better than Spooky Kits. Spooky is my nickname when I was a kid, and the first four letters of my last name. And the problem with Spooky Kits is like a lot of people use that, so it was really hard for people to come in contact with me for photo shoots and all that shit because they kept getting mixed up. So Mercy Desdemona is what it is. You're still my spooky family. You're still my Spookyville residents. All that good stuff. We will still have Spooky's vaults. All that fancy stuff. Nothing's really changed except that Mercy Desdemona name is back. I appreciate all my followers and everybody going with all these crazy weird changes. I would go more in depth, but quite frankly, I think since I've been slacking on uploading onto YouTube, I thought we would do Spooky's Vault today. And today, out of my collection, it's not in the box right now, it's probably in my VCR still, D. Snyder's Strangeland. Now, I first fell on this like a couple of years ago. When it did come out in '98, I was 7 years old. Yeah, and it's funny because the previews on this tape, they're like, oh, you could buy this VHS tape for $14.95. I'm thinking, wow, we really did spend a lot of money on this shit, didn't we? But basically, it's kind of funny and campy because nostalgia for the 90s computers and all that shit. But Dee Snider plays this kick-ass Captain Howdy, and he preys on people online and tortures them and does all this weird shit, and he looks pretty kick-ass as a fucking weirdo, I gotta say. So basically, the daughter that he captures is the daughter of a cop, and the cop goes through and tries to figure out where this captain is. And, it's kind of disturbing, though, because in one part you see Robert Englund in his tighty whities. I could live my whole life without seeing that, but hey. I think that's like one of the most horrific things. No, I'm just kidding. I think it's a really good storyline about how like naive people can be when it comes to strangers. Like at that time, everyone's like, "Oh, it's cool to talk to people. It's cool to meet up with people and all that stuff." They were kind of blind to like any dangers out there, and so you get this guy, and he has like torture shit on in his basement, and people hanging up and being sewn and sticking needles in them. It's pretty fucking awesome. You got a fucking amazing soundtrack to this movie, I have to say, and it's actually been one of my favorites. Like I said, when I was younger and it first came out, I didn't really get to see it. I think I stumbled upon it on the TV back when I was in middle school, and then when I was at the thrift store like 2 or 3 years ago, I saw it at Rosie's Thrifts, and I had to buy it, especially for like only 50 cents. Like I tend to get all my VHS collection from thrift stores because of how cheap they are. But the thing is, they're like in really good shape too, and everybody picks on me because I come home with all of these VHSs and DVDs. But this movie, I think, really captures people just getting to know the web. It's kind of like back in the day it was safe to hitchhike, and then you had shit like Ted Bundy happen, and then it wasn't safe to hitchhike anymore. This is like virtual hitchhiking. Like these people just want to make friends. They thought innocently of it, and they didn't know that they were going to be prey. It's not really a gory film, so if you're like a gore horror fan, it's probably not going to be up your alley. It's more of a psychological thing. Dee Snider says some pretty deep sentences in there, and so it's really more, more of a thriller, I guess. I kind of like it that it doesn't have too much gore. I think that would kind of take away from the creepiness that it does. It does have that, like I say in the majority of my videos, human connection to film thing going on. So I would definitely rate it a 9 out of 10. And that is it for this episode of Spooky's Vault. Sorry if this is rather short and sweet, but I have to find a way to make hot cocoa because it is fucking cold. So, another announcement before I close this video, I do have prints for sale. They're $3 each plus $1 shipping. If you would like to see which you can choose from, you can check out Instagram, you can check out Twitter, and you can check out my Facebook. If you'd like to order, please message any of those sites or comment down below and we can get that for you. Thank you to all who have bought prints and supported all of the art and creativity going on here. And new photo shoots are coming up soon. It's going to be marvelous. And subscribe, like, share, and to all those people that like ask me, oh, can I share your page? Go for it, man. Like, I'm not gonna bitch and moan and complain if you share my page. It's fucking awesome, you know. If you share one of the photo shoots that I do, just tag me, you know, tag the Mercy Desdemona page. You know, it's that simple. That way credit's still given to me and it doesn't end up on some weird horror site without any credit and people are taking credit for something that's not theirs. I've seen that happen to a friend of mine. But anyway, I'm gonna head on out. Tomorrow I'm going to be doing a vlog, which I normally should be uploading on Thursdays, but I'm falling behind, so this week you'll get extra videos! Woo! If you haven't already, vote for your version of The Fog, the remake versus the original, down below too. I just used this poll site that I found, and go ahead and vote. We are going to make a new episode on Tuesday night. Voting will close on 7 and the results will be aired in the episode. Oh, look at that, I rambled on more than I wanted to. What are you doing?
Made it in video. Gotta get paid.
He saw snow for the first time today.